Chapter 2: Cyber Ethics, Crimes and Safety. Chapter 7: Ethics in Computing, Unethical Practices, Safety Measures for Using Computer and Internet, Digital Footprint. Internet has revolutionized the field of information technology. Today, we are accessing almost all types of services, be it banking, ticket booking, shopping, communication, or education, from our computing devices using Internet. But with the increasing use of online facilities, which have made our life simple and easy, we are also facing the threat of some unethical practices in the form of digital attacks like hacking, phishing, spamming, cyberbullying, etc. In this chapter, we will discuss about the various cybercrimes and the measures to safeguard ourselves from these unethical practices. Ethics in computing. The word ethics defines the elements important to humans' moral. Ethics would be referred to as specific values, standards, rules, and agreements. Cyber ethics deal with the moral principles or the code of conduct which is to be followed by the people while using online services or accessing information on the Internet. For example, we should respect views of others, be honest, and recognize the rights and properties of others on the Internet. Some of the common issues related with cyber ethics are plagiarism, copyright, privacy concerns, etc. So, while using the online services or information, we need to be honest and follow certain rules, which are as follows. Never try to harm other people by unethically accessing their computers on the Internet. Always give respect to others while communicating. Never try to steal important or confidential information from others' system. Do not copy information which is protected by Copyright Act. Never spread wrong information while using online social media sites. Never download pirated software. Never keep eye on others' system. Never interfere in others' work. Unethical practices. Some of the major unethical practices which are popular these days are discussed below. Plagiarism. The word plagiarism is derived from the Latin word plagiare, which means to kidnap or abduct. But in the field of computing, it means stealing the ideas, thoughts, or writings of other people and using them by your name without the knowledge of original author.
This is one of the most serious offences which is punishable under the cybercrime law.
To prevent plagiarism can be avoided by keeping certain points in mind while using information from any other source, like acknowledging the sources. If you want to use some information from a book or some website in your work, always acknowledge the source along with such information from where it is taken. Take permission from the author, if possible. Take the written permission from the author of the original work for using the content in your own work. Read and reframe. Do not just use the contents as it is from the source, but read from the various sources and put them in your own words. Use quotations. Put everything that comes from some other source within quotes. This is also one of the ways of avoiding plagiarism. Cyberbullying. Cyberbullying or cyber harassment is a kind of unethical practice which deals with online threats, harassment, or humiliation of other people by posting some rumors or remarks about them or by disclosing their personal information. Cyberbullying is very common these days among teenagers and young people. It can be very stressful for the victims and can harm them to a great extent. To prevent cyberbullying, never disclose your personal information online and avoid posting your photos on social networking sites. Keep a check on the privacy settings of your social media account and make sure that it is visible to known people only. Never share your passwords or online credentials with others. Be very careful while posting any message on the internet. Hackers and crackers. Hackers are people who possess a high level of computer skills and have a good knowledge of the machine and the operating system. They attempt to gain access to a remote computer for which they are not authorized, with the intention of corrupting or stealing data of that system. But the main aim of hacking is to know the details of the system and how it works, rather than causing any damage to the user's data. Crackers, on the other hand, are people who are experts in breaking the security of a system or network in order to steal important information without the consent of its owner. Because of this, they are also known as cyber burglars. Their intention is always to cause damage to other users. They are considered to be more dangerous than hackers. To prevent hacking or cracking, always use original software and keep updating the web browser and the operating system. Install the latest antivirus software in your computer system and keep it up to date. Firewall can be a good solution to scan each and every message entering your system. Change your login passwords on a regular basis and do not keep them very simple. Never open a mail received from any unauthorized source. Phishing. It is one of the fraudulent processes to collect some secret information from the user, like his credit card number, net banking password, account data, etc., with the help of an authentic-looking email. For example, you may receive an email from your bank asking you to update your information regarding your user ID and password of your net banking account. The mail, which appears to be genuine and sent by the bank, is actually a fraudulent mail which collects sensitive information and sends it to people who may use it later for cybercrimes. To prevent phishing, be careful about the emails you receive in your inbox. Never open an email received from an unknown source.
Any email asking you to provide any confidential details about your bank account, etc., against an online lottery is a phishing mail. Never provide any information to these.
Never use the link provided in an email to open the bank website. Spamming. Spam is the practice of sending unwanted emails or messages to a large number of people who otherwise do not want to receive these messages. The most common form of spam is unwanted electronic junk emails, in which a single message is sent to multiple individual users using their direct email addresses. In these emails, services and products are promoted by various companies. Most of the time, these are annoying but harmless. However, sometimes these are used for identity theft or cyber fraud. To prevent spamming, never provide your email address to any unreliable website, as it could be misused by them for sending spam emails. Use spam filters facility of your email server to block unwanted emails. Never reply to the emails collected under the spam folder. Individual right to privacy. Privacy deals with the rights of an individual to keep his or her personal information secret from others and disclose only the selective one. It is unethical and illegal to use such information without the consent of the concerned person. So, it is very important to save private information from unauthorized use. Measures to protect privacy of individual. Never share your login credentials with anyone. Disable the cookies in your web browser to safeguard the leakage of information. Never keep sensitive information unprotected in your system. Rather, delete it if it is no more needed. Software piracy. Software piracy refers to the unauthorized duplication and use of computer software. Software developers work hard to develop software programs. If these applications are pirated and stolen, the software developers will often be unable to generate the money required to continue supporting and expanding the software. To prevent software piracy, never download unauthorized copy of software from the internet. Always purchase a licensed software. Never use the software purchased for one system on multiple systems. Never use pirated CDs or DVDs of movies or music. Intellectual property rights. Intellectual property refers to the creation of an individual's mind, like inventions, artistic work or literary work. It can also belong to an organization, like its products, formulations, logos or symbols, brand names or designs, etc., used for their business. Intellectual property rights protect the unauthorized use of such intellectual properties, either directly or by reproducing it in some other form.
Preventing infringement of intellectual property rights.
Copyright. Use copyright to safeguard your creative work or artistic work. Copyright protects the individuals from unauthorized creation of their work. Industrial property. Industrial Property Act safeguards the industry formulations, designs, commercial names, etc. by providing exclusive rights. These are patents. Provide formulation rights to industries on their researched products. Trademarks. It provides exclusive rights on the symbols or logos, names, colors, etc. used by the companies for their products. Industrial design rights. It gives exclusive right to companies to identify and distinguish their products. Safety measures for using computer and internet. Computers and internet have become a necessity of everyone's life today, as we are used to accomplish most of our work on computer or computing devices equipped with internet facility. But there are many threats associated with the use of computer and internet, which can cause serious damage to us if we are not careful. So, here are some safety measures using which we can protect ourselves from these unethical practices. Never open unreliable websites on the internet. Consult your parents about which websites are to be accessed and which are not to be accessed. Do not share your personal information or images, etc. on unknown web portals. Never download any unauthorized information or software from the internet without the knowledge of your parents. Do not share your passwords or other login credentials with your friends or anyone else. If you are accessing your private information on others' computer, make sure that you have logged out properly. Use only original CDs or DVDs in your system. Never open unauthorized or unknown emails. Make use of the latest antivirus software in your system and scan the files downloaded from the internet before using them. Make use of strong passwords for your email or social networking accounts to save them from unauthorized access. Always keep backup copy of your important data. Change your passwords on a regular basis. Digital footprint. Digital footprints are the traces left behind by a user while performing online activities. It includes the websites visited by the user, emails sent or the information submitted online through various services. Sometimes we leave the information unintentionally while working on the internet, like when we open a website. The server records our location through IP address. This is called passive digital footprint. While sometimes we leave the trails intentionally by submitting data online, like the details filled by us when doing online shopping by sending an email message. Such type of digital footprint is called active digital footprint. Sensitizing children about digital footprint. Always post appropriate content on the internet. When you open a website, it is recorded in the history. Use incognito browser if you do not want the history to be stored. Avoid uploading inappropriate images or pictures on the web. Do not register yourself with your personal details on unknown websites. Delete cookies from your system. Delete the history log from your web browser.